Welcome to the show. My name is Bob Keel, and this is the story of the song, wherein I tell the story of how I wrote the songs from the Emmitt Kellar years, about 2004 or 5 to 2010. And today I have a special guest with me to talk about the recording and the life that was Emmitt Kellar in the years that we were playing music, Mr. Ben Proudman. What do you say, everybody?
What's up, Bob?
I just had I had to make sure that I have a tendency to start these shows without the sound going, so like it's just me not talking, but nobody can hear me. So at any rate, we're good. We're good to go.
It's okay. This whole Zoom technology has like amplified my social anxiety and awkwardness for some reason. You think it would be easier that I'm just sitting in my living room hanging out with people?
No,
but
well,
it's actually weird. I'm like yelling at my iPad, you know. It's like I'm all out of touch with technology and whatnot.
Well, but I think that it's
like, where's the button?
I think that it's even worse because, like, you're bringing people into your home though. Like when you go out,
and there's no buffer time. There's no buffer time.
Yeah. Well, like
usually you would like drive somewhere and listen to some things and.
Well, that's it.
Now you're just like, hello, you're Bob, all of a sudden. You didn't even walk through my door. You're just like, bam.
Well, great minds think alike because, like, what I was going to say is that, you know, when you're going out, like, when you have time to, like, get a shower, take a shit, like, think about preparing yourself mentally for being in front of people. Put on your, like, little mask, like, that you put out to other people. You know, we like to think that we're real, but let's be honest, you know.
No, it's true.
Like,
it's just buffer time.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. So, so today, you know, I brought you on here because one, I've missed you so much, and two, because a lot of times when I'm talking about these songs, especially like the recording and what was going on at those times, like I have forgotten everything. And
well, unlucky for you, so I don't think I even remembered anything to begin with.
Well, you know, like I got like. I, on the one hand, like maybe it's good. You know, it's funny that we're talking about like not remembering stuff. I was talking to Angela Durkin the other day. Well, not the other day. This is God. I mean, I have not been in town for a year.
It was another day.
It was another day.
Technically,
the other day. But she was telling me, and I have to tag her in the Facebook post about this. She was telling me about this interview that she did for like a comm class that she had at Shepherd of you and I at like one of the Emmitt Kellar shows at Tony's. And
is it on video?
It's on video. And dude, we are like making complete asses of ourselves. And I wish
we were probably hammered.
Oh, like I vaguely remember. Like I
vaguely remember that too. Now that you mentioned it.
Well, and like I totally like spaced it until one day I was talking to her, and in truth, it was like a year ago that I was talking to her, and it's funny that I'm like now remembering this, but she was like, "Oh yeah, like I used to have this video. It was hilarious. You guys were saying like, and I feel
maybe we should like do a private viewing before we like make it public.
I feel like
just to make sure
we might get canceled. Like not I don't like to use that term. Like and what would I get canceled from anyway? Like because it's not like anybody really cares. But like it's just one of those things where like we were the jokes that we used to make
rowdy.
back then.
We were fucking rowdy.
I don't think I would make a lot of the jokes today that I made back then.
Yeah. I mean, it's just general rowdiness.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
All in good jest, and like you know, I think we have love in our hearts. But yeah, you know,
sure.
We were fucking 20-somethings being fucking dickheads.
Oh, you were just a baby. I was old enough to know better.
I mean, what are you? 4 years old? 3 years older than me? 4 years older than me?
I will be 43. I think.
Right.
If I'm mathing properly.
Well. Who knows?
So, at any rate, today we're talking about the AntiLove Song. And maybe you don't know this, or maybe you've heard me tell the story a million times. But so I wrote this song in 2002-ish? 2002 or 2003. And up to that point, I mean, this is probably like my 7th or 8th song I ever wrote. And up to that point, I'd only written love songs, and I would continue. I would go on to write, hundreds of more love songs during that period, especially that that our band was together. And but I like got halfway.
All songs are kind of love songs.
Sure. Well,
I know what you mean, though.
I mean, I don't want to go in. I was talking about this actually with Rachel last night about how everything's already been done. Apparently, Pulte, it's a French guy, posits that there's only 36 dramatic scenarios, and like every movie that you've ever seen is one of those 36 dramatic scenarios. You can look it up. I won't go too deep in the woods, but
like in the science of like human like social whatever.
Yeah, there's only 36 things. It can only there's only 36 stories. Every one of those stories that you have read in your life, movies that you've seen, there's only 36 of them. Like and they're just all like, Star Wars and Harry Potter are essentially the same story.
Sure.
And it's just like, regurgitated. But,
it makes sense.
With songwriting, it's kind of the same thing. There's only so many love songs, and you just kind of hope to put your own original spin on it or whatever. So in that vein, I was like, well, I'm not going to write a love song. I'm going to write the anti-love song, which is, the love gone wrong song is like, you've heard it a million times too. But the point of the story is that I got halfway through writing the song and I was like, oh, I've written another love song. And so I need to like change this. And then specifically, like I
mean, love is in the title, whether it's anti or pro.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm creative, but not that creative. So.
But in other words, like if you're like making a song that's like specifically thematically like anti a thing, you're essentially writing the song about the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like being like Satanists are actually Christians. They're worshiping a Christian thing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so
that's a whole different discussion.
So, and then that's
the kind of music that I've been into since then.
All that Icelandic music.
Uh-huh.
That Icelandic Christian music.
Yeah.
Is it Icelandic? That death?
No, it's from all over. But
I mean specifically,
it's like mostly like Nordic, like Norwegian and Sweden.
Okay, all right,
Finland, and there's just tons of bands from the cold,
like the
European.
But it's all like that doom, black death metal type like stuff, right?
Well, those are all different kinds of metal.
Okay, completely. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into the semantics of metal with you because that's
a different podcast. Is this a podcast?
Well, it's something like that. No, it's not a
kind of a funny podcast of like Ben and Bob Keel discuss the nuances of like
metal,
of like esoteric underground extreme metal.
Well, not to get too far into the weeds, but it's all metal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, yeah. Well, I'll just call it metal.
Yeah, that's the umbrella. The umbrella.
Okay. Yeah. That's just like that's kind of the beauty of folk, because there's not too many subsects of folk. It's folk music.
There's folk and there's anti-folk.
Yeah, but that's still just folk music with a little stank on it.
Song, right?
Yeah, right. It's a love song with a little stank on it.
Anti-folk's like punk rock folk music.
Yeah, like Ani DeFranco was like.
I think more like the Moldy Peaches. Like lo-fi shit. I don't think Ani DeFranco would be considered anti-folk. She would probably be considered like I don't know, political folk music.
I don't know. I feel like when that movement was really coming up, she was like, I remember reading about her, and she might have been labeled that by accident,
Maybe. But
how
her music's like kind of, it's like polished, not polished like
not if you listen
polished, but she's a really good guitar player and vocalist, as opposed to things. I'm not well versed in that kind of music, but the Moldy Peaches and like Jeffrey Lewis, and it's like kind of wonky sounding and lo-fi recorded and
Yeah, I get where you're going.
You know
I get where yeah, no, I get it. So the second aspect to writing this song, because like after all this vlog cast is about like how I wrote the song, what I was thinking at the time, and then like the recording of the song. So like the other second part was like the phrasing in which I wrote the song, like the lyrics and how the meter of the lyrics was actually like I was doing my best impression of like writing a Willie Nelson song. So that
Willie Nelson song.
Nelson song, yeah, Willie Nelson Mandela song.
Willie Nelson.
That would be a good band name, Willie Nelson Mandela. At any rate, so on to the recording of the song. The recording of the song was this was on The New Hotness, right? Yes, it was on The New Hotness.
I think so.
Here, I got it right here. Yes, it was the second track on The New Hotness, which you cannot get anymore, but you can get
which was our second thing, right?
Yes, it was our second thing. Our first thing was the Emmitt Kellar EP, which is funny because Michelle Tanner is in the band photo on the front of that.
Yeah. But was she on the recording?
No.
Where did I don't remember. I remember recording The New Hotness. For some reason I don't remember the first
Well, that's
one.
because the Emmitt Kellar EP was a cobbled together, and you did come over and record at my house in Charlestown the drums to, I think,
like your parent, was it your parents' house?
It was my parents' house in Charlestown.
Yeah.
And we recorded in like my little bedroom, and I don't even you didn't barely had a full drum set. Like I think it was just a snare and a hi-hat.
And I just recorded like the isolated drum tracks, and then I put
everything
layered on top of that.
We did, it was definitely like a cobbled together type thing. Like with In and Out of Love, was like Eric recorded all that stuff on his like little 8-track mixer at up in Pennsylvania. And then, so The New Hotness, for those of you that haven't seen any of these previous episodes, which you can get at the link, right, it'll be right up in the corner. That was recorded in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, on Woodcock Avenue, at that house. There's so many stories. Like I could do a whole scenario on that, but. That was recorded live, with the exception of the lead guitar. All of that stuff was overdubbed afterwards, and the rest of it was recorded live. It was Ben on drums, Blake Owen on guitar, and then Eric Avey on bass. And Ben, actually, I was talking to Ben just the other day, and you pointed out that you were actually. You said you were in the living room that we did. I guess it was it would be a formal dining room.
It was, I guess it would have been a dining room,
yeah.
But we just used it as like a giant foyer. I think when we lived there, like
it was a storage room. Like we never used that room. It's actually kind of a cool house, and I can't.
But that's where we like practiced. It was like the largest space in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember my drums being in there during the recording, and all of you guys were in the bedrooms, which would have made sense because I think we would have wanted a little bit of that room ambience and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how much. I don't know how much room ambience there was.
Right, but I'm saying it like in a practical sense, it made sense to put me in there.
Well, there was a large carpet in there, so it was a lot. It was the deadest room as well. Even if it did have like a bigger room, I think it was probably more convenience. Like the drums were probably already set up there anyway.
Just there.
Yeah. So it's just like, all right, well, let's put these there. And then because oh my god, just like because I didn't own a snake, so like we had to like cobble together all these XLR cables to like run, and we probably only had 4. Well, it was only an 8-track.
Probably a fire hazard.
So we probably still only had like four mics on it. I bet it was only like a snare, maybe a hi-hat mic, a bass, and then one overhead. Like, I can't imagine, and it might have just been like one for the snare and the hi-hat and a bass.
To be honest, like, I have no idea.
Yeah, and I don't.
I mean, I would have left that up to you guys because I'm just not like one of those kind of people of thinking technically about that kind of shit.
And I don't remember one way or the other. And then I what I do remember about that song and a lot of other songs, specifically with Boston, like I had to re-record the guitar. Because the guitar sound on those was just god awful. Because in my youth, I thought like, so we were playing, like I was playing in that back room that Brad had abandoned, and there was like nothing in there. It was just wood floors, and it was like a 8x8 room. And I, like, when I got in there, like, I really loved, I was like, oh, this sounds great. This will sound great for, like, the recording. And then when I went to, like, start mixing it down.
It probably sounded great just jamming in there.
Yeah. But, like, and actually, I think, because I remember in the room, I liked the way it sounded so much that I was like, let's record all together Blake's song. Because Blake's song was on the New Hotness too. It was Highway.
Yeah.
It was that song Highway that you did, and you were on djembe.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
And we were all in there together.
We were all together in the same room.
But it sounds all right. Like that track sounds all right, and
all of our bodies in there probably helped to kind of like contain a little bit of the chaos or whatever.
But when it was just me, it just sounded like garbage,
especially on an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, like, and if you listen to Boston, the first 5 seconds is like that unadulterated sound, and then like when the whole band snaps in, like I purposely left that original sound in there because like I like the kind of lo-fi quality of it, and then it pops into
it had an anti-folk sort of vibe to it.
Yeah. Well, good callback. And then I think that's about it. Like, I mean, it was a live take, and I think Lord only knows how many takes we did before we got it. Like, and this is the kind of thing where like I wish that I was more of a meticulous person, because I don't even do that with recordings I'm doing now. Like, I don't take any notes. Like, I just do it. It's in the moment.
I'm not that type of person either. You know,
it's just like
to me, like the past is the past in a way. It's like memories are nice and stuff, but I don't tend to want to like, you know, I don't know, catalog events and photograph everything, and you know what I'm saying? I appreciate people who do.
Well, yeah, because I don't know, like
in a band setting, it's nice to like have like a trail of like the hows and the whys you've come to where you are now. Well, I mean, even for someone like you who's like, you know, we're continuing a music career and stuff, it's like, oh, like making note of what worked and what didn't, and you know,
well, there's that. Like, I think a lot. Well, there's a couple things there, right? I wish that I would have taken notes. One, I wish that I would have been better at cataloging. Two, because like I lost the masters to those. Like, I don't know, like they were on a computer somewhere, and I haven't been diligent about keeping it. And so like that's twofold. Like, I wish that I would have kept the masters, because like I was actually going to, with Trump, in fact, I did. I wrote a new bridge to Lies, and I was going to re-record the bridge part of it, and but use the old tracks from that. And I thought, because that's like on that album, and especially of all the albums, that one actually I'm most proud of the way it sounds. Like,
is Lies on the New Hotness? I don't remember.
Lies is on the New Hotness. Yeah.
I think I would agree.
Like,
I haven't listened to these in a long time, but I would agree.
Well, I would encourage you to go to bobkeel.com and click on the link. There's a link down below in this thing, and just listen
and
to.
I ever heard you and Eric say that they're on Spotify.
Yeah, they're Spotify. You can download them.
All three of them.
Yeah, I think it like all of the songs. Like, well, it's not all. It's not. It's.
Emmitt Kellar, are they under you?
It's on. It's Bob Keel. Emmitt Kellar is kind of just this thing that has gone away. Kind of.
I'm gonna look you up right now. So I remember.
Oh, for sure. So, but yeah, the way. So back to like all of these songs, like it would have been nice to have the masters and the notes to like remaster them, like with the knowledge that I have today, like just even as an exercise, even if I never released it again, it would be nice to like get in there and be like, oh, I know how to deal with bass better. Like I can do these side chains, and that'll really make the bass come out and pop. And like, I don't know. And if you have notes and stuff like that, you know, not only is it just something like when you're 60, you can go back and read your notes and say, oh, like just thinking about like the mind frame of what you were thinking at that time. Like and I've always, as a person, I've always wanted to be the type of person that journals. But in practice, like I'm too absolutely lazy for that. Like, and so I've resigned myself to songs becoming my journals. Like I just write a song, and it's just like when I think about that song, a lot of times I can think back to the person that I was and the things that were happening to me at that time.
Totally.
And it takes me back. Now, which brings us to the purpose of today's show and all these shows that I'm doing, which is I'm finding that I'm losing those memories when I think back. Like it's less of memories and more of just feelings, like how the song makes me feel, and less of like specific, like this was happening to me or that happened.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just like kind of how memories work in general. You know?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm also, you know, I have Alzheimer's in the family, so I'm afraid that I'm just like, I'm losing my mind. So I'm just kind of.
I remember you and I used to like commiserate over like, what is it called when you think there's something wrong with you all the time?
Hypochondria,
yeah. I share a little bit of that too.
Yeah, so but I think
after rooming with you, like I was convinced like I had some kind of heart condition for like a few years. And I had no health insurance because I was broke or whatever. And I finally got health insurance and went to some doctor and like made him hook me up with all the suction cups. And he was like, "Look, you're healthy.
Yes,
you're healthier than normal even." I'm like, but my arm's completely dead. Why does it feel dead?
Yeah, well, that's just wait. I'm telling you, once you pass 40, the 40 mark, like I was pretty.
Well, it's funny because as I've gotten older, I don't care as much for some reason. You would think that like hypochondria would get worse.
Oh no, you're just going through a good spell. When you hit 40 and your body literally starts breaking down, you'll be like,
yeah. Yeah, but at that point it's inevitable, and it's like you've already like kind of lived a good chunk of years, so it feels like less like, I don't know, dire or whatever.
Yeah. So on that happy note, I'm gonna go ahead and sing AntiLove Song for the folks that are sticking around to see that song, and then Ben's gonna stick around and take us out after the song's over, but I will go ahead and sing that song now. Well, I met her at my drinking hole, drinking on a beer about 4:30. I could tell right away she'd tear my heart in two. But hindsight's 20/20 when you're deciding what you should do. But now she's gone. Cause I'm getting kinda tired of the pain she's been putting me through. Uncooperative.
Yeah, you kind of got a little distorted there, and I lost you for a second.
There we go. Yeah, well, I think also that the stream went out, which is unfortunate. So I'll have to go back and look at it, and we might have to reshoot this again, or I'll just reshoot it by myself. I think that's what I ended up. No, I think
Are we streaming right now?
Everything's green now. I don't know how much of it will have gotten lost. Luckily, it just happened during the song. If the conversation sticks around, then I will keep the video. But you never can tell what happens. I think it was on my end. My green light started to go red, and then it got real bad, and I lost you. There's been some weird.
It's the anti-love song, dude.
Yeah, right.
It's like, fuck your song. Mm. The universe is like, it's anti. You gotta make it all like. That's what it was doing on my end.
Well, right, anti-love song on Valentine's Day, right? That's
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I almost rescheduled because I was like, well, maybe Ben's doing something with his like girlfriend, and
I am later.
Yeah, and then I was just like, well, he's got the whole day. I got the whole day. Like that's, but I have lunch plans with my girlfriend, so I was just like, all right, well, I guess I better reschedule this to 11. So
it's all good, buddy.
Yeah. So at any rate, well, thanks for joining me on the show, and I look forward to it. Eric and I made the announcement that Emmitt Kellar is getting together and shooting some, hopefully, videos, at least one video, and maybe doing a live stream. I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling that day. How everybody's feeling that day. If we just get together and hang out, that'll be good enough for me.
Sure. It would be fun to just do that. Are you making a trip up here for that?
Oh, of course.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
and will it just be like location to be determined? Probably like Eric's or something?
For sure.
Cool.
Actually, Eric was thinking wanting to do something in Shepherdstown.
Oh yeah, like outside somewhere.
Well, it just depends. I mean, especially like with the pandemic, because I think it's going to be in May, so like we'll still be like full on pandemic, so it'll probably have to be outdoor type thing. So the live stream of that nature won't be possible. So I think if we do a live stream, I still want to do like a live stream of all the band members just for fun. It would be fun to get like Blake and Eric and you and even Adam Meisterhans just like on the same call, just to like talk a bunch of shit and see where everybody is. I'm actually curious. Like Adam is not really, he's such a great guitarist, but I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if he's like playing guitar or not.
I saw him like 3-4 years ago. Ryan was on tour and we stayed at his house in Nashville.
Oh, nice.
And I think he's doing well.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's like, no offense to Blake, he's the best guitarist I've ever played in a band with. Like,
and he's also just like good at. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you?
I lost your video for some reason.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, he's just good at like, like doing it professionally.
Yeah.
Regardless of like his skills, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of musicians are amazingly talented, but they're just kind of like a mess as people a little bit.
Yeah.
But he was always really together, even as a young person,
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sorry about the camera here, but I will.
That's all good.
All right. So at any rate, and I think you have me back now. So you can get the album on Bandcamp at the link below. Ben Proudman, if you need a tattoo, you can contact him. You should actually, now that I'm thinking about it, do you have a website or anything like that? Because you're fucking killing it.
I just have just some social media, Instagram, tattoos by PRDMN.
Well, shoot me a text or a link to my email, and I will make sure that those go down in the comments below.
Yeah.
And then
I have other musical things that have happened since Emmitt Kellar too. Like
Ryan for
Black
sure.
Wizard and stuff.
Oh my God, yeah, that's all really good stuff, and that's coming from somebody that doesn't listen to that type of music. I've always, since I'm a music lover, I appreciate all music for what they are, and Ryan has always it's got that visceral, like, just fun quality. Like, I don't know if fun is the right word, but it's like, it's fun to listen to,
To me, it's fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But at any rate,
It's like
so
it's fun. Like a temper tantrum's fun, you know.
yeah, yeah, right. Well, I mean, so
which is kind of fun.
So any links for all of Ben's projects, which are all really good, will be in the down below. And thanks for watching. Tell someone that you love them, and I love you, and I'll see you soon.